Good evening. Welcome, everyone. It is 7 o'clock. We will begin our Township Council meeting. Today is Monday, September 22nd, 7 p.m. And I call the meeting to order. Sunshine noted. Oh, roll call first? Roll call.
Councilman Rich?
Here.
Councilwoman Hutchinson? Councilman... Councilman Mata?
Yes.
Councilman Davis? Councilman Socio?
Here.
Council President Guadagnino?
Here.
Mayor Womack?
Thank you. Carlo. Oh, no, sunshine noted.
Sunshine notice. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required under Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, specifying the time, date, and location by posting a copy of the notice on the municipal building, municipal website, providing a copy of the annual notice scheduled to the official newspapers of the township, and is on file in the clerk's office.
Thank you. Councilman Socio, please lead us in the pledge.
Sure.
Everyone stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going up with the wind.
Thank you, and welcome, everyone. It's nice to see more than two people here tonight, so thank you for everyone who is here. Today, we are going to begin. Councilman Socio and Director Luann Benson are going to give us the Wellness Challenge Awards.
Thank you, Council President. And Councilman Socio, thank you for your assistance. So we are honoring our fitness wellness participants for the Mayor's Wellness Campaign. And Councilman Socio, I'm going to turn it over to you. Thank you.
All right, so the top three people aren't here today, but we're still going to acknowledge them. So as you know, we go on a quarterly basis, and we ask participants to record their steps, their walking, their cycling, their running, their playing pickleball. You didn't put pickleball here, very offended. But anyway, and everyone kind of competes against each other. So while we have a lot of participants, we do have our top three place finishers. So Luann, should we do the top three place finishers, or should we go with the participants first? What should we do? We're going to announce the top three. So our top three, in third place was Dominic Macchio with 303.1 miles. Wow. Stephen Bloyd, who's currently in Italy eating all the calories he lost the last quarter, he was in second place with 443.5 miles. And our winner for this quarter was Ro Tucker with a total of 513.5 miles. Congratulations to those three place winners. Before we go through our participants who are here, we just like to let you know that the next fitness challenge is going to begin this coming Monday, the 29th, and it's going to run through December 1st. And make sure to log your miles walked, cycle, ran, or swam, or pickleball, right? Yes, pickleball? No? Maybe? Yeah, I'd like it. And then send that to lbenson@northbrunswicknj.gov. And I, for one, who participated in the last quarter, I did some exercise in this quarter, but when you actually sign up for that, if you're kind of psychotic the way I am, it motivates you to go out every day, and it's a good thing. So, Luann, great job with all that. Thank you to you and the mayor. But we do have some other participants who did a very good job, just didn't finish in the top three. We'd like to announce them. So I'd like to announce Laura Pelzinski. Come up, please. Okay, Craig, if you can come out of the back cage for a second. Craig Yetzko. And here, stay up here. Chris Henning. And my main man, Rajesh Mehta. Come up here, buddy.
Oh, there too, man.
Get in nice and close, please. And if I can have your best North Brunswick fitness smiles. Get in a little closer like you like that. Thank you. Thank you all. Let's give them a round of applause.
Congratulations to everyone, and just a reminder, sign up for the next Mayor's Challenge, which will be starting this coming Monday.
Thank you very much. Next, I'm going to call up, we have special guest, our Superintendent, Dr. Zakowski is here, and our Board of Education President, Haley Toth, and they'd like to share a few words with us. Thank you.
Good evening, Council, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. I want to introduce our Board President, but before I do, I just want to take a few minutes and thank Ms. Benson and your 9/11 committee and the Mayor and Council for sponsoring. I thought it was another wonderful event, memorializing the tragic events, but also keeping the memory alive of those who were lost and those who are still in our memory. So thank you for doing that. There's so many great things about being back here in North Brunswick, and the Mayor and Council and the work you do with the schools and for the communities, and that's just one of them. So thank you for that. And without further ado, I just want to have an opportunity to introduce our Board President. I'm very proud of our Board President. You may say, wait a minute, you're the superintendent. Well, I take full credit. She's a graduate class of 2012. It was an outstanding class. You don't remember all your classes, but 2012 was a special year, not just because of Ms. Toth, but many of the great graduates. And, of course, I would give your year as a great year, too, Ms. Guadagnino, but I don't want to give away any age. But we had many great graduates, and Ms. Toth has continued to live in North Brunswick, serve North Brunswick, and now as our Board President. She certainly has been leading the board, and she wanted to say hello to the public, to all of you, and know that we're a better community as we continue to work together for our community, for making North Brunswick, I think, a great place to work, to learn, and to live. So without further ado, our Board President, Ms. Haley Toth.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. On behalf of the North Brunswick Board of Education, I wanted to thank you for allowing me a moment to speak this evening. And as president of the board for the second year, I look forward to building upon the relationship between our Township Council and our schools and our team and the rest of the community. And together, through our collaboration, it's vital to ensure our safety, security, and success to students and families. So for this year, obviously another school year, we're excited to begin. We want to welcome everyone back, and it's truly a pleasure to have Dr. Brian Zakowski back at the helm, bringing steady leadership to our district. And I know that by working closely with you all, we can continue to make North Brunswick not only an outstanding place to learn, but also a remarkable place to live. So we as a board look forward to continuing our partnership, celebrating our achievements with our students and of our students, and sharing many of the successes that lie ahead in the community. So we will be monthly providing you all a kind of virtual notice newsletter via email of the happenings of the district, things going on in all of our buildings, a quick message from some folks within our board and Dr. Zakowski and his team. And we presented you a hard copy tonight to have and to take a look of. So we look forward to providing to you that monthly. So thank you so much again, and we wish everyone a happy and healthy school year.
Oh, thank you. If you remember, there was a question on Election Day about some projects at the high school, or actually all the schools, right? So I see that yes. The before and after.
Yes. So we had that project go on this summer. We wanted to ensure that, with the passing of the referendum, it was it came to a lot of discussions, a big decision for all of us to put it out there, and to get it to pass was phenomenal. But we wanted to, put our money where our mouth is and get those projects started right off the bat. The bathrooms in the high school, especially, are absolutely amazing. The ones that are too close to the media center and then closest to the gym, those are community bathrooms as well. We have people coming in and out of our buildings for different games, different events throughout the entirety of the school year. So we wanted to make sure that those were one of the first things that was hit. We also have upcoming bathroom projects at some of the elementary schools, and Dr. Zakowski and the team have taken this by stride, and they have immediately started the day after the referendum was passed by getting different key players involved, having conversations, questions and making sure that we really, hit the ground running with this. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
They look fantastic.
And we hope to have you all come see them. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, up next, let's go with Councilman Rich.
Yes.
Okay. We have two proclamations tonight, one from Councilman Rich and one from Councilman Mehta. Is this your first proclamation?
Yes.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay. This proclamation by Mayor and Council, Township of North Brunswick. Whereas over 70 million people with disabilities live in every community across the United States, comprising nearly 1/4 of the nation's population. And whereas more than 40.2 million eligible voters in the United States are people with disabilities, representing close to 1/6 of the total electorate. And whereas the disability community has a vital stake in local, state, and national policies and decisions that directly affect our daily lives. And whereas accessible voting is essential to ensure that these policies reflect the needs, experiences, and priorities of people with disabilities. And whereas voting is one way for the disability community to have a say in the people and policies that impact our communities. And whereas Rev Up, which stands for Register, Educate, Vote, Use Your Power, is a national nonpartisan effort to build civic engagement in the disability community and improve election accessibility. And whereas the Rev Up movement was created by grassroots disabled activists and is driven by the power of local leaders and the belief that meaningful change starts at the community level. And whereas members of the cross-disability community are organizing the 8th annual Disability Voting Rights Week from September 8th through September 12th, 2025, with activities and events taking place across the country. And now, therefore, we, the Mayor and Council of the Township of North Brunswick, do hereby proclaim the week of September 8th through September 12th, 2025, as Disability Voting Rights Week, and encourages residents, leaders, and organizations to engage, educate, promote the power of the disability community.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there someone? I'm sorry, is there someone here to, oh, please come up. Sorry, I was not aware. I apologize.
Good evening. How are you doing? Here you go.
Doing well. Good evening, Mayor, Council, and community. It is an honor to be here on behalf of the disability community to accept this proclamation. And on behalf of the disability community, I would like to say September the 8th to the 15th, I was on Capitol Hill with 125 strong disability advocates from the American Association with Disabilities. Disability Power on the Hill was present. Let me emphasize that. Disability Power on the Hill was present. And we are here just to let you know that the power of the disability vote is important, because voting is our voice. Our voice matters, and we should not have to struggle on the Hill or at the voting polls with inaccessibility voting polls and disability insensitivity at the polls as well. So I'm here on behalf of the community to proudly accept this proclamation. So thank you.
Thank you. And I apologize, I was unaware.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Luann will take care of that.
tell me when.
Wait, why don't we all go?
Do you all
Yep.
come down? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I'll do another one. Great. Thank you all. Thank you for, absolutely. You have a couple angles there. I can check and see. Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, there's one more. We have one more proclamation. Before I forget, because I forgot at the beginning, the reason Councilman Davis isn't here, Rosh Hashanah started at sundown, so we would like to say Happy New Year to everyone who celebrates, and that's the reason he's not here tonight. So next, we have another proclamation Councilman Mehta is going to read for us, and this is the Americans with Disabilities Act Awareness Day. You need it for the video.
Hello. Yeah, this proclamation is, continuation of what we gave you before for the voting rights. It is for the awareness time for the Disability Act. Whereas the Americans with Disability Act was passed on July 26, 1990 to ensure civil rights of citizens with disabilities. And whereas North Brunswick, New Jersey, affirms the principle of equality and inclusion of persons with disabilities as set forth for the state of New Jersey and embodied in ADA, the laws of the state of New Jersey, and ordinances of North Brunswick. And whereas numerous organizations in North Brunswick and New Jersey work with constituents and communities to bring forth the promise of hope and freedom that is envisioned by the passage of ADA. And whereas July 26, 2025 celebrates the 35th anniversary of Americans with Disabilities Act with great pride. And now, therefore, we, the Mayor and Council of Township of North Brunswick, do hereby proclaim and hereby extend greetings and best wishes to all observing July 30th, 2025 as Americans with Disabilities Act Awareness Day. Thank you.
Again, my name is Dr. Jackie Jackson, and again, I'm proud to receive this proclamation, the ADA proclamation, on behalf of the disability community. As we all know, this law is now in its 35th anniversary, and what this proclamation reminds us is to recognize and to reflect not only on the progress, but to recognize this important law because it protects the protection of people with disabilities. And I would like to commend the mayor and the township because as I came into this town hall and I rolled right into the door, the automatic door, so you are doing a great job, so I would like to commend you on the great work that you have done. This is not my first time being here at this this courthouse to accept this proclamation. I moved away from this area maybe 20 years ago, and so I'm a strong advocate for the National MS Society and many various disability organizations that, advocate for people with disabilities. So again, I thank you, Mayor and Council and community, for being an accessible town, and I just encourage other towns to follow your lead. So thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, now for the fun stuff. We have 3 ordinances for public hearing, second reading, and adoption. The first ordinance?
Bond ordinance 25-21, providing for various capital improvements in and by the water utility of the Township of North Brunswick in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, appropriating $5,100,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $5,100,000 bonds or notes of the Township to finance the costs thereof.
Is there anyone here who would like to be heard in public hearing on this specific bond, 25-21? May I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to approve bond ordinance 25-21?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mata?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
Council President Guadagnino?
Yes. Bond ordinance 25-22.
Providing for capital improvements for and by the Township of North Brunswick in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, appropriating the aggregate amount of $6,400,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $6,080,000 in bonds or notes of the Township to finance the part of the cost thereof.
Is there anyone who would like to be heard in public hearing on bond ordinance 25-22? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to approve bond ordinance 25-22?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mata?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
Council President Guadagnino?
Yes. Ordinance 25-23.
Amending Chapter 14, Section 5 of the Code of the Township of North Brunswick to update the per-session rate for municipal court sessions.
Is there anyone who would like to be heard in public hearing on ordinance 25-23? May I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance 25-23, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mata?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
Council President Guadagnino?
Yes. Moving on. Ordinance for introduction and first reading. There's only one. Bond ordinance 25-24.
Bond ordinance providing for improvements to the water treatment plant and distribution system in and by the Township of North Brunswick in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, appropriating $2 million therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $2 million bonds or notes of the Township for financing the cost thereof to be funded in part through the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank financing program.
Discussion? Is that what's next?
You can have discussion on it, and then you need a motion to introduce.
Is there any discussion on this? May I have a motion to introduce bond ordinance 25-24?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson.
Yes.
Councilman Mata.
Yes.
Councilman Socio.
Yes.
Council President Guadagnino.
Yes. Next is, are we good with that? Okay. Next is consent agenda, items A through K. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson.
Yes.
Councilman Mata.
Yes.
Councilman Socio.
Yes.
Council President Guadagnino.
Yes. Okay, fun part of the meeting now. We are at the point where we, if anyone has any reports from anyone on the council or, oh, Councilman Socio, please go ahead.
Sure. We have 3 announcements from the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services. Our 43rd Annual Heritage Day will be Saturday, October the 4th at Community Park, starting at 3 p.m. It's just a great day with music, food, vendors. We have a beer garden, fireworks. But we have a lot of local groups and student organizations and things like that that also are present and have like booths, and the food trucks are good and everything. And it's just a great day to come together and be around. And then that will be followed by the Great American Soul Book, which is a band will be performing at 5:45 and 7:15. And then after that, we will do the presentation of the Heritage Day Award, followed by the fireworks. So if you please make it a point to mark your calendar and come out to Community Park on October the 4th, and if the off chance it actually rains, it'll probably rain that day because it hasn't rained all fall, the rain date will be Sunday, October the 5th, so that's Heritage Day. Today being the first day of fall, it's time to start thinking about all things fall, so Halloween happenings will be Saturday, October the 18th at Community Park from 1 to 4 p.m., the last admission will be at 3:30 p.m. We have pumpkin decorating, a trick-or-treat zone, a petting zoo, hay rides, and much more. $5 per child if you pre-register. We will be accepting non-perishable food bank donations. If you show up the day of the event and you want to participate, $7 per child, cash only. So please come out to Community Park for Halloween happenings. And our annual Halloween house decorating contest will be in full effect. Submit a photo of your house, address included, to events@northbrunswicknj.gov by October 20th, and then the Boo Crew will come around, judge the houses, and the winners will receive a special prize. If you have any questions about these 3 activities or anything else at the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services, please feel free to either go to the Facebook page, our website, or give them a call at 732-247-092, extension 475.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who has any reports?
Council President, I have.
Yeah, I will
Oh,
have
go ahead.
something.
Oh, you can go first. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's for Senior Center. The Friends of the North Brunswick Senior Center, they are holding a garage sale. It is on Saturday, September 27, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Hunting and finding treasures at unbeatable price. North Brunswick Senior Center, 15 Linwood Place. Phone number is 732-418-2222 if you want to call. The other thing I want to say is we had a great game last Tuesday. We played police department for Bachi, and we beat them.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
those are bragging rights.
Okay. The general election is 42 days away. It's on Tuesday, November 4th. The county has started sending the mail-in ballots out, so if you are a registered voter that uses mail-in ballots, keep an eye on your mailbox. The drop box in front of our municipal building is open 24 hours a day. You can drop your ballot in there. A few more deadlines. October 14th is the deadline to become a registered voter if you are not a registered voter yet. Early voting in the county will start October 25th through November 2nd, and you can go to any of the early voting locations within Middlesex County. To find any information on Election Day or voting, you can go to the Township website, the municipal clerk's website, and click on voter information. There you can find links to find your polling location, to register to vote by mail, to register to remove yourself from mail-in ballots. All the early voting locations within the county are there as well. And if you have a mail-in ballot, there's a link there so that you can track your mail-in ballot after you turn it in. Most importantly on that page is a link to an application to become a poll worker. We are still in need of poll workers, Democrat, Republican, unaffiliated, we will take you all. So you can go to the clerk's website and do that, or you can call us in our office, 732-247-0922, extension 470, and we can get you set up to be a poll worker, and that is all.
Thank you. We had a meeting last week. The one thing that we heard on a county level is if you do mail in your ballot, as you had said, you can track your mail-in ballot, but they did say that it would be registered within a couple days that it was received. So if a week goes by and you don't see anything on your mail-in ballot, that is a trigger to call, because it shouldn't take that long. It should only be a couple days before it's received and accounted for. So just keep that in mind if you do mail it in. So the earlier you mail it in, the better. That way you know if there's a problem, you can take care of it before Election Day. Okay, so it is now time for the public portion of the meeting, correct? Yes. Is there anyone who would like to be heard in public hearing? Please come up, let us know your name and sign in and where you live. Thank you.
Yes, it's Gene Goundry, and I live at 107 Haverford Street, and I only have two things. So I submitted a list of properties that are very negligent about cutting their shrubs hanging into the street. I noticed that some of them have been done, but there's still about 2/3 of them haven't been done. So I'd just like to bring that to whose ever attention for that.
Okay. Do you have, the address is there?
I'm sorry?
Do you,
No, I gave it in the list before
okay.
Of those addresses.
We will follow up on that. Thank you.
And the other thing is, with Optimum, which I have for my home internet, I was calling the other day to see about any discounts, because they say on the back of the thing, the senior discount program is available in certain areas of New Jersey and requires proof of age, et cetera. And I called the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities, and they said that some towns do participate, but North Brunswick's not one of them. So I'm wondering if there's somehow we could get North Brunswick on that list, because it would be a discount for some seniors in town that qualify.
Okay. I'm sure that's something we can look into. I don't have any information on it right now. Does anyone? We will look into that.
I can give you a copy of their notice if you'd like at some point.
Okay.
Thank you.
That'd be great. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to be heard in public hearing? Hello, Mr. Nessus.
News to me. It's news to me.
Good to know.
Good evening, everyone. I don't think council has any of the answers. I'm going to ask the question, but in August, I gave a request to the mayor, and everyone got a copy of it, I'm sure. And I'm still waiting for an answer. And I think Mr. Ritz is the one that's in charge of this. Oh, look. Well, I stand corrected. I just got a copy, and everything else is no violation. I think Mr. Ritz needs glasses. Based on this, I haven't had a chance to read it, so I really can't forward any question. But at the last meeting, I did say that there were some signs on Finnegan's Lane on a telephone pole. They are still there. Your sign is gone. It was gone the same morning. Those signs are still there, and the branch that's hanging over onto Route 27 from Seneca is still hanging there. Mr. Ritz was notified to have that resolved, and obviously it's not.
Council President, can we just, Dan, I think that Steve said he was going to handle that branch, which is at the corner of Seneca and 27, right, Mr. Nastas?
Pardon
The
me?
branch that's Seneca and
Yeah,
27,
it
right?
leans over. You can't see the oncoming traffic on 27. I mean, you can see it when it's on top of you, but,
Right.
it's private property with a branch onto public property.
So I thought that Steve had said that they were going to handle it. If you can look into it, please. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Mr. Nestor.
All right, that'll take care of that. I'll read the letter. Thank you for giving it to me.
Is there anyone else who would like to be heard in public hearing? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
At this point, we are going to move into the conference room to continue the rest of our meeting. It's still a public portion, so you're welcome to join us. Thank you for everyone for being here tonight. Suitable forum for discussion. First up on our agenda workshop. Are we going to do the presentation first? Yes. Okay, we are going to do the presentation. Mr. Jason Sheets is our tax assessor.
Yes, and also joining, we also have Diane Walker, our assessor from, since what, 2003 to 2019. She had presented probably close to 10 years ago, and so this is revisiting the whole process and just doing a high-level introduction of the reval versus reassessment, and also just a great intro for Jason now coming on as our assessor, and he's been working with you on this and just getting to know the lay of the land with the town and introducing himself and starting the process.
Thank you. Floor is yours.
All right. So, in simple terms, we need a reval. Mike. Hi. In simple terms, we need a reval. The state requirements for us to start doing a reval if our ratio falls below 85%, and if our coefficient of deviation goes above 15%. Sales ratio, for those who don't know, it's basically tells us how our assessments line up with the actual sale of the property. Right now, we're at 36.02% according to the county. With a little bit more refined data, and we're really at 29%.
Okay. This is when if it drops below 85 and we're at 29.
And we're at 29. Now, as far as the coefficient, just a brief example of a brief explanation of what the coefficient of deviation is. It's the uniformity of our town. So my short time here, I've had a couple people from different townhome developments come in and say, hey, my neighbor has the exact same home as mine. In most cases, you could always say, oh, they're probably renovated or whatever. But if they're the exact same home, never been touched, original, and they have different assessments, that's a problem. That's, and that's could be from years and years of just, bad practicing from early 90s. So the state says that when these fall, you should really be doing a revaluation every 10 years. We haven't changed our values since 1999. They've been frozen there. Anything that was, built prior to that has been frozen in that time capsule. So obviously a lot of things are underassessed in town. As far as cost goes for the reevaluation, it's getting more expensive as we continue to delay it. Every year it's gone up a little bit more. Just a little sidebar, Clifton just ordered their reevaluation, and just to get the reevaluation company, it was $3.5 million. They are significantly bigger than us. They're 21,000 line items as opposed to us at 11,000. But that averages out about $155 a card. So we do have a cost estimate of what it would be based on either $100 a line item or $175 a line item. It's about $1 million difference, but it's almost $1.2 million if we get it at 100. But if we get it at 175, we're at just over $2 million for the project. Yeah, well.
So let's go back a little. Tell us briefly what the reval means to our town. So anyone who's listening.
Every value is going to change in according to the time we order its market value. I wouldn't say current because this could take a couple years, 2 to 3, right? About 2 to 3 years based on the waiting list. It's a process. Can't really tell what the market will do by then, but if we would be changing the values in accordance to the current market that we are ordered in that year. So values will go up. As far as, with what the sales will show us. That's pretty much what it is. It's just a redo on the whole entire town, gets our records correct. Any missing sketches, interior information, bathroom counts, things of that nature that have been either neglected or not picked up in the past because of the lack of, not being able to change value since 1999. We haven't had inspections. We haven't been able to do any of that. Sorry, I don't know what that means.
All right.
Go ahead.
It's a readjusting also of the assessments to make sure that everybody's taxed fairly, because things appreciate and depreciate at different levels, neighborhoods, areas. So this will, adjust. There are many people that are overpaying, many people that are underpaying, and that's just not fair. And as Justin, as the assessor, is required to keep the assessments uniform and fair.
Yeah, I'm going to try and put it in simple terms, not assessor terms. When you do a revaluation, theoretically, all properties in the municipality are looked at and brought up to 100% of true value. It does not affect the total taxes that are paid because your taxes are based upon the tax rate times your assessment. So if the assessment goes up to 100% of true, the tax rate theoretically comes down, so the numbers remain the same. When you're at a director's ratio of 36%, in order to get to true value, you have to take your current assessment and divide it by 36% to get to what your real value is. The bottom line result is the taxes don't go up, the taxes don't go down. The formula to get to what your taxes that are paid is changes, but the tax amount you pay remains the same. Do I have that right?
No.
Oh, I thought I had it.
Up to a point.
Up to a point.
I'm so sorry. What'd I miss?
The reality is that those tax dollars will change because of the significant increase in value over the time and the lack of being able to do a reval since 1999. If you take some kind of home that's been earlier built home and it's frozen at a value that's under $100,000 assessed, you hit it with 36%, it's going to come out to $360,000. Not much in New Jersey single-family homes sell for $360,000. So it will drive up tax dollars in certain aspects, but it will also. There are people in town who are severely overpaying too, and with that, their tax dollars will drop.
I want to be in that pile.
Yeah, if I can say, I do think, what council said is, again, I think that is a great, it captures like the basic. I do understand what you're saying, that it is going to take a few years for it to come on, so there is going to be changes in those few years, and there is some of those formula adjustments, as well as things that maybe were never even assessed that you're probably going to capture. So it does sound like, again, getting into the weeds, there's a lot that you guys are going to be working with. And again, the difference between that reassessment versus a reval, something that can be done internally based on if your ratio is just a little under versus where we're at, where a reval should be done every 10 years. And once it's below 85%, and ours being passed since 1999, we're well past that. We have been, since the last time you came forward, kept the tax maps up to date. We've done everything to be positioned to do this. But even though the town has done those steps, it does sound like it is a lengthy process. Even starting here today, it would be, you're saying, at least 4 years potentially for it to come on the books between sitting in queue, getting the company engaged, getting the completion of the work done, you signing off on everything. That's, you're saying, potentially up to 4 years, 3 to 4 years.
At least 3, maybe 4, yes.
So EPA has a 2 to 3 year waiting list right now?
2 year is what I've been told, and then they will take a year to do the actual inspections and.
It's also my understanding that the number of companies that actually do these revals has
Very
shrunk.
limited, yes.
Maybe 3.
Yes, 3.
Three of them, yeah, and one that's
Statewide, that is, right?
Statewide.
Yeah, so,
So there is a waiting list, I think, for any company we would choose. And again, the actual work would take a year. The thing is, you want to get in that line now.
Yes.
Because once you have a contract, you're getting today's price, not a price 3 years from now.
Correct. Right. And I think one of the benefits, I know you've had those discussions just internally following the budget discussion. This year, we're dealing with the redevelopment agency coming on. And I know, again, even if it's in queue, we've talked about building our infrastructure, the water, sewer, stormwater, the streets, as well as anything to bring a business and market ourselves. If it's in queue, that's something I think that lends itself as the redevelopment is trying to market, and it really gives more of a variety for the companies that you want to bring into the town, which ultimately then lowers the tax for everybody if you're spreading that assessment out and bringing in new companies. So it's just also, again, a lot of this is setting the stage for the redevelopment to be able to really market and get the variety and have a diverse portfolio within our town, which we currently have, and we're trying to keep building so that if there is a recession in one area, we try to have different markets. We're here. It's not just solely warehouses or solely one industry. We try to keep diversity so that will lend itself, just knowing that we can market that and are in the works with that. So it is a commitment, though. It is a long road.
Yeah. And, just the ratio is what it is. And I mean, realistically, if it wasn't for the Band-Aids that Diane and Elena before were putting on throughout the years, we'd be in a lot worse case too in that aspect. So, our office took the necessary steps to try to keep us without this reval for a little bit, and then now, it's time. Yeah.
This is something we're required to do. But, right,
Well-
you said, if I heard you correctly, you said there's, your requirement for your job is to make sure. So it's something that has to be done.
I have to, we take an oath that, yes, we have to follow that. Whether we get granted that or not, that's really not up to us.
Okay.
But there is a couple ways that we receive the reval is a request from the Middlesex County Tax Board. You guys request it, or like in my previous town, South Brunswick, they're getting sued to do it.
Yeah, so a judgment, many towns, it's really developers, they initiate, and there's a judgment. So, and again, this is trying to get ahead of that and not have to deal with some type of scenario that you're facing a judgment. And if you recall, in 2009, I believe we had a global recession, and I think you worked through neighborhoods, and I think you did try to do neighborhood by neighborhood and work. So we weren't in that situation in 2009. I know it was talked about, and that's why we were here in front of the council back then, and we did work by you kind of going through and.
Well, I mean, we are in a position, and we've been in this position since then.
Yes.
That we had to do at that time a reassessment or a reval. We chose to do neither. So, based on appeals, the law says that if you are outside of these parameters, below 85%, above 15%, you cannot make changes to your book on a global basis, on a neighborhood basis, because you have to do a reval or a reassessment, which we did not do. So at that time, we did change certain assessments based on market because of appeals. We are allowed, if you have a significant amount of appeals in one area, you could change those assessments. And that's where we were at that time. But now, we are not in an appeal situation. We're not in any situation where any Band-Aid could help. However, we are going to be in that situation again shortly. If our ratio continues to drop, we will see significant appeals again. Because that.
And we're already one of the higher ones in appeals in the county, as is.
So, this is something I don't think you can kick down the road much further.
Yeah, it's getting kind of towards the end of it, or else it's just going to be a lot more.
It's just going to get worse.
It just gets worse from there.
Yeah.
It gets more expensive. Just all of the above at this point.
Does anyone have any questions?
I was going to say, I know you're available. I think you did circulate this.
Yeah.
But you were going to also email it and be available if anybody wants to.
Oh, you did, okay.
Yeah, talk about anything one-on-one,
Yeah, that's the thing. I have spreadsheets galore from doing this month. I heard you're a spreadsheet person. So
I did.
Yeah, so anyone that wants to come reach out to me, stop in the office, whichever. I have no problem sitting with anyone going through whatever, explaining why I would make certain changes, to certain things, or even specs of the contract or anything like that. Any information about the reval, my door's open always. And I think about this stuff way too much, so. It is a lot to digest. Keep in mind, those last 2 pages, too, are a small sample of a small sample, so.
Excel sheets.
If you want to broaden it up, we can get the Excel out.
Everyone's reading. I don't want to interrupt. But questions?
Oh, and the last, because it's a booklet, the last stapled part is a sample contract for the reval. Very informative, even reading through it. I learned a little bit more about the reval process, just reading through it. It's a very basic explanation of what the contract would be. It's 8 pages, but, it's not a bad read.
So is this something we go out to bid? I know you said there's only 2 or 3 companies. We go out to bid?
Yeah,
What's
and
the
again,
timeline
there's a
look like?
fund, there's the funding that we have to work on. And so again, this is just very, high-level discussion, but from there, he does have one of the slides kind of walks us through the timeline, and we can kind of refine it, again, as we, discuss, further, everybody's thoughts on the next steps and.
Because we
If
can
I
go
can
as fast or
interject
as
one
slow as
more
we go.
thing, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I know that South Brunswick got sued to do a revow. And companies are limited, so we're kind of pushing this so that we can get in line before towns like South, because if a company has to do South Brunswick, that puts us another year behind. So
Old Bridge
that's
is
why
already
we're kind of
ordered
pushing
also,
this.
too. Old Bridge is pretty
Yeah.
big,
That's a big town.
big
What?
town.
Old Bridge?
Old Bridge, and then Plainsboro also, you
Yeah,
said, right,
yeah.
from the meeting, so.
Yeah.
So you've given us all the positive. What would be the opposite side of the, other than?
It's
I mean-
the change.
Other than
It's
that.
a lot of, again, education to the public
Yes.
that everybody.
I don't think it necessarily has to be a negative if
No.
you prepare the public for what they need to know and explain it.
Which we're prepared to meet with
And I think,
HOAs
Ron,
and stuff like that
You
to
were,
explain.
you were actually right overall. I mean, at the end of the day.
Thank you, Ron.
At the end of the day,
Wrong, but.
at the end of the day, it's still the same amount of tax dollars that we need, right? But
just
it's
a
just going to be a redistribution of those tax dollars. That's what it is.
Some's going to go up, some's going to down,
Yeah.
some's going to stay the same.
Exactly.
Third rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I think if you educate the public, would make it much easier. And Jason
Most of them are gonna
plans
say-
to do that?
Yeah, I plan on meeting with, being the dartboard.
Well, I'm sure the other towns that have already done this probably know what works, what didn't work.
Yeah.
They have templates or.
Well, I originally
things
came
to
from
know.
Monmouth, and when the whole annual reassessment thing first came to be, a lot of these reval companies did go and went to, like Covered Bridge and Old Bridge, and Manalapan Old Bridge border, and talked to their HOA and everything, and yeah, people do get angry and stuff, but they don't, when they see the results on the other, all they see at first is the value's gonna go up 200% or whatever. That's because you've been stuck at $80,000 since 1999. No home in New Jersey is worth $80,000. Doesn't necessarily correlate to the taxes, but,
Is there any correlation to sale price?
yeah, sale price is
I mean,
the whole driving factor.
That's what we're looking for.
So I'm going to translate what Jason just said. Monmouth County is part of a pilot program where they're supposed to have, what's it called?
Annual?
A demonstration program.
Annual reassessment demonstration.
And they do a reassessment annually, what we haven't done since 1999.
Not a reval, so they just do an assessment internally
Yeah, I
every
start
year.
mine next week for my other town.
It has met with some resistance. It has met with some approval. It's a pilot program that's been going on for 15 years,
About
I guess.
15 years, yeah.
And hasn't gone statewide yet. So that,
Well, they're still doing it, so.
yeah.
We're still doing
I mean, it's not a bad thing, though. If we did a revow here, and we could keep those values in line every year,
Maintained.
which you're allowed to do. Once you've done the reval, then the assessor is allowed to maintain those assessments. And then you won't have to do it again. Because then the assessor would be doing that.
Sure.
And we could have a certain percentage of properties inspected each year to keep them up to date on, any physical changes.
Usually the number's about 20%.
Yeah.
Usually.
And theoretically, with that reassessment program, you are at 100% of true value every year.
Every year.
Every year.
Correct.
So
Every year.
you don't get into this situation.
Yeah. So,
Okay, I'm done.
Any other questions before we move on?
but yeah, please, if you come visit me in the assessor's office, I will go through every single line spreadsheet that I did to come up with this synopsis. Just felt it would have been too much.
You all good? Thank you very much.
Don't go away.
Yep, not
Don't
yet,
go
so I
away.
figured, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Gordon, you're up next.
Thank you. So what we have to present to you this evening also with your assessor and deputy assessor, Mr. Sheets and Ms. Walker, is a revision to the pilot agreement that we have with the New Jersey Economic Development Authority for what's currently being called the Bioscience Center. I thought of it as the Biotechnology Center, but whatever it is, we've had this agreement with the state since 1996. This is the 9th amendment to that agreement that brings the pilot payments, the payment in lieu of taxes payment, for the next 5 years. I believe it goes through from 2026 through 2030.
Yes.
And sets the rates for the payment that the tenants in the Bioscience Center will pay to the EDA, and the EDA acts as a collection agent and transmits it to the municipality for the payments made by those tenants. So attached to the reso is what the proposed payments are for each building for January 2026, and then the annual changes through,
July 2030.
Yeah,
I mean,
July.
December 2030.
December 31st.
Yeah, 2030.
2030. I'm not sure how successful the program has been, but I think that it's done pretty well for the town, and it is certainly an asset to have this type of facility in your municipality. And this authorizes the payment in lieu of taxes that otherwise might have been exempt, but for this agreement.
So this is a schedule that this is something that is anticipated revenue every year. It's not going to change at all based on market conditions or anything.
Correct.
We're locked in.
Locked into a rate,
Right.
but if there's vacancies, that doesn't get paid.
Yes. We have been pretty consistent at just over $1 million as that revenue line item. But to your point, if there is those vacancies, but we have been holding that number pretty good for the past several years.
So that's what I have. If there are more detailed or you want to dig deeper, please address anything other than that surface explanation to your assessor and deputy assessor, who will take you on a deeper dive than I can.
Thank you.
Okay. No questions?
Nope. I think.
Thank
we're all
you.
set. Don't feel like you have to stay. You may.
I reiterate, please reach out.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ms. Benson, you're next. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Good evening, Council President, council members, and residents joining us this evening. I just wanted to give an update and a recap on our Veterans Street Naming Program. We started in 2014, believe it or not, with Maltese Way was our first dedication over in the Otis Revere Colonial Gardens area. We had 1 year where we had an exception due to COVID in 2020 that we didn't honor veterans during that time, but weather permitting, the Veterans Street Naming Program takes place mid-April to about the beginning of October. To this point, we've honored 108 veterans. We're really excited that we had that opportunity, and we have 2 additional veterans to close out the year. You'll receive emails on those, but those dates are September 29th and October 6th. I want to extend a special thank you to Mayor Womack, Councilman Bob Davis, who has really led the way, and our entire council. I also want to thank our police director for help on the roadway with traffic. I'd like to thank DPW as well, who has made the signs internally, especially Adam has worked on the program, and Craig Yetzko, who's been out to each street naming, filming the program. For any residents who are listening, we've been getting a lot of calls lately. How to register, just to go to our township website, to our Department of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services. They go down to the end of the page, and it's the last item, Veteran Street Program, and they can click on that application. Any additional questions, they can call our office at 732-247-0922, extension 475. And thank you all for your support during this valuable and meaningful program. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Benson. Director Battaglia?
I'm not sure what this domestic violence presentation is.
For next week, they're doing one. So this is just a placeholder for the fall, on the 6th, they'll be doing a presentation.
Okay. This is just a placeholder for what they'll be doing this week. Like she said. So the second one I have is the sale of the abandoned vehicles. We do that quarterly. This time I looked at the resolution. They didn't attach, usually they'll attach how many vehicles. They didn't put that on this time. Oh, they did. Never mind. 9 vehicles this time. Thank you. And the last one I have is I think we discussed this before about vehicles for the Detective Bureau. We purchased 3 Tahoes. One is going to be a marked unit for patrol, and the other 2 will go to will be unmarked vehicles that will replace some of the older Detective Bureaus and vehicles. And also this one that we have for tonight is we had some issues. I think I spoke about it last time about we had some difficulty getting vehicles. We went out to the state contract dealerships, and for whatever reason, they're all over the place. They're trying to charge us for the LED lights and the headlights that are standard. They're trying to add $800. So we went back and forth with them. So we decided that we were going to go out to bid and see if any other dealers had any better prices than the state contract, because that seems to be getting a little crazy nowadays. So I don't know, we have to discuss that, what we can do about that. So that's for one vehicle right now. And then after we do that, we're going to try to get also another Ford Explorer. And the vehicles that we'll be replacing have well over 100. One has 180,000 miles on it, and the other 2 have well over 100,000 miles on them. So they're lasting longer because we're taking care of them. We have specific guys driving them. So our fleet is really lasting a lot longer than normal, than it did in the past.
Great. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Steve is not here. Thank you.
Good evening. I have three things for tonight.
Sure.
One is amendment to the Associates for Design and Services for the Green Acres Field Project at the Sabella Park. That is due to more monies needed, but it's all falling under the project itself.
And this is this
For
the building or for the?
I'm sorry, that's the.
Yes, this is.
Type under the.
I
this
got
is-
them in the
yeah.
wrong order. I'm
Yeah, it's okay. This is just following up. They had done the presentation for the grant. We had received that grant. There's two of them. One is the house. We have USA Architects working on the building, but yet this is the site work, is engaging engineering to do the site work related to that project. So this is engaging T&M to work with the USA together on that building, and we'll be coming and setting up meetings, just especially with interest groups and everything, to share those plans and make sure everybody, it's similar to the design that was sent. I know the grant was pretty specific as to how the building can be and how it can be structured, but we're going to be having separate meetings with any interest groups that utilize that building with these professionals, one being T&M doing the site work and the other being USA doing the actual structure itself.
The second one is amendment to municipal maintenance for capital projects, and that would come straight out of the sewer capital budget. That's an amendment for that one.
This is for the West Lawrence lift station.
I believe it's for the water towers.
But this was, again, just additional authorization, specifically to the councilman's point. There's like a grinder or something that they need at that West Lawrence that's
Okay, yeah,
driving the
and it is
need
West Lawrence.
for the additional cost, but this is just asking for a contract increase, yes.
And the third one is for Mako to extend their contract
Yes.
for additional one-year extension and additional funding for additional repairs that may happen throughout the year. What's that? That's it.
Great.
Any questions?
Nope.
We're good?
Thank you very
Thank-
much.
Thank
Have a good
you.
evening. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. You can.
Okay.
All right, Ms.
Thank you. I have, I believe, two items on for consideration at the 6th. The first one being the annual authorization for requests for proposals. These are both for consultants as well as our professionals for the upcoming 2026 calendar year. And there's a list attached with the authorization. And
This is what we usually approve in the first meeting of the year.
correct, yes. And the second item, this typically comes up every 3 years. This is, however, a 2-year contract. This is for our life insurance policy with standard life insurance. This is not only the township employees, this also covers our library through our shared service agreement, as well as our emergency responders is covered under this. That provides a life insurance policy. And I believe, was that all I had? I believe that was, yes, thank you.
I have a few things. The first one's a proclamation for the North Brunswick Women's Club's 60th anniversary. And then we have the bond ordinance on second reading and public hearing. Then there are 6 resolutions approving membership to fire companies. I believe 5 of them are for fire company number 2 and 1 is for fire company number 3. And then meeting minutes for approval are our 3 budget meetings, the regular and executive session from July, and September 8th's regular meeting. Okay, I can make that adjustment.
I don't know what time I came back. I did come back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Is there anything else? Anyone have anything else? Are we all good? Is that it? That's it? All right. May I have a motion to close? All in favor? Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.